YouTube above average Cody here, coming at you with another episode of Viewer VOD Review. That is right, we're going back to back here on the channel, going through some viewer gameplay to help not only the individual, but also you guys improve in the Halo Infinite ranked arena. Today for you guys, I have some gameplay from the man himself, Ewok Hunter. We're going to go through his Argyle CTF gameplay, his Platinum 1 gameplay, and we're going to see what tips we can give him to help him hopefully climb through the elusive Platinum into Diamond. And starting off here, Ewok's going to go right for the sniper, and I believe he is keyboard and mouse, if I'm looking at that correctly. Right here, if you just, and this is just a fun little tidbit, I do this all the time, if you jump right here and land in the middle of the steps and then hit your slide, you can get the big speed boost down the steps right over to Sniper, which I think you actually jumped on that ledge and tried to like curb slide into it, which that's fine too. It's tomato. I usually like to beat the randoms to it. So let's see. You see me do this all the time as well. I'd like to see you stay there a little bit longer. If you do want to chow that, from my experience, when I get to snipe really quickly, it takes them a second to like jump up. I don't know if I just do this really fast or the other person's just always slow, but I usually have to jump once, come down, and then jump twice, and then I'll see this person there. So if you want to chow that. So I have no problem with you going back base with snipe. You actually have one person that looks like they actually went AFK, because you can kind of watch over mid, see what people are playing for, and you do see one actually jumping up top mid here, and you're anticipating him coming that way. Very good snipe there. One thing I will say with that grenade is that grenade wasn't really going anywhere. And you see that a lot in like Platinum and especially Diamond, is people kind of just hucking grenades even when there's like not anyone there. Because even though you have good anticipation, this grenade, where it's going, it doesn't have a chance of hitting this guy. I'd rather see you pocket that grenade. But a great snipe. A fantastic snipe for sure. One other thing with your aim as well, being keyboard and mouse, it'd be very easy for you to drag the reticle up, scope in, and hit a shot. So right here, when you actually see that fella jumping up towards the cutie up there, I would definitely drag up to him before you scope and then scope in and try to hit him instead of scoping in and then going up. I think there's kind of just one of those awkward situations where you were like going to check in the base anyways while scoped in. But just try to do the big movements not scoped in and then scope in once you're ready to shoot, just like that. Absolute perfect shot there. Now you're kind of just hanging out in the open, just looking around. I like that you're moving around a little bit, but when you're like checking and looking around, just try not to stand so in the open, because if their sniper like pops up like maybe like right here, I don't know, bottom base or even mid steps, they're gonna have a pretty good shot on you just being out in the open like that. So just be wary of that. And you're doing a lot of heavy checking on the right side. You're looking over at your teammates. You're kind of just looking around, kind of just waiting for something to happen. Now right here, I will say, is you need to be suspicious about the enemy team making a push somewhere, because it's been a while since you've seen something and you have all your teammates in the back to your left. So chances are really good they're making a push up the right side, or they could be on their pistol on the left side just waiting to make a push. So just keep that in mind. You're pinging up top mid steps. You know he's there. Teammates making a push out. And I'll be honest with you, the reason I say to think about this is if the enemy is not making a push, that's a good reason for you to move up and take the fights out to the middle of the map. So it's all good and fine sitting in the back here with the sniper, but my goal on Argyle and any team's goal should be to move up to the middle of the map. You always want to eat up space on the map. Eat up as much space as possible, because that gives the enemy less space to move. It's easier to pin them in the spawn and everything of the sort. So what I'd like to see you do here is kind of just try to move up with that snipe. Not too much, because you really don't want to put yourself in a bad spot, but maybe move up to mid steps, even get like a vent position with the sniper. But you definitely don't just want to be sitting back here the entire time, because something like that can certainly happen where you get backsmacked, and that is exactly why I said you want to be suspicious about them making a push. So even though earlier you did look to your left and see that you had two teammates over here, you always need to be wary about where your teammates are going unless you're communicating with them. And here you see one of them died. Always check that kill feed. Huge. Just a whole book of information comes from this kill feed here. Even feel free to make your text bigger. It can really help. So you have one teammate dead. You have one teammate running down here in your vision, and your other teammate actually just got a kill that was not the sniper. So it's safe to assume something's going down the left side. You just gave a quick check over there. You saw your teammate died, and you still didn't really look up to see if they needed help. You're just sniping, and there you go. You actually get backsmacked. I wouldn't even call this lack of awareness. Just be sure to be taking in all of the information that's going on, and just don't be afraid to check your angles. Like, I would rather have you be suspicious somebody might be pushing that left side and just check it to see, rather than just being like, oh, my teammate's over there, it's probably fine, and then getting back smacked like that, because that can be a little embarrassing. So now, right here, spawning up, your flag is out of the base. You see one teammate is moved up to mid steps. One teammate actually just died here. And the third one is probably just spawning up, I believe. They were moving up the right side earlier. So let's see what you choose to do here. You choose to fly out towards this flag carrier. And you're kind of just giving chase, and they're kind of rounding all the angles here. And a good job getting that kill with the grenade. And then you push out onto the return. I'm not upset about this so far. You try to grab that snipe. I like to play. Unfortunate, the grapple didn't hit it. And now you guys are getting a pull here. Now, I just want to back this sequence up a little bit here, because obviously you are Platinum 1, but I want you to think about how you take routes to things, right? So I understand the flag's right here, so just dropping off the front of the base is the fastest route to the flag, but you have help on mid steps. So this flag is not going to run out towards mid, right? I really don't see that happening. So you want to think about what route you can take to this flag where you are safe, but you're also putting yourself in the best position to damage this flag carrier, because running over here or something it's not even an option. Forget that right side of the map. It's not really a play here. So what I would do is I would actually wrap to the left down towards Sniper Plat and get the angle, because again, chances are this flag is going to run down towards pistol or down bottom mid like it did, and if you put yourself in that position on Sniper Plat, you can see that long lane all the way down, so you minimize the time of kind of like just full track sprinting towards him, turning the corner and things like that. And more importantly, as you get to higher lobbies, there are going to be people covering the middle of the map. If they are pulling the flag, I promise you they have people in position. So this route right here, in a high diamond lobby, even a low onyx lobby, you're taking tons of damage here. You are getting absolutely peppered. So again, taking that route to the left would lead to a much, much safer route, a better angle on the flag carrier, and just everything goes a lot better. Obviously, this worked out great. That's perfectly fine. You got the damage, you got the kill. This is great. You even got the return. I'm just trying to help you think so that these are the types of thought processes and moves that are going to really help you as you get to higher rank gameplay here. And now right here, your teammate gets a kill, so you actually have the numbers on this flag run that teammate is making. You choose to grapple backwards, and you start running back. And now you're kind of in an awkward position challenging the flag. You choose to grapple it along. And I really like that play because your teammates were actually struggling winning the fights there. One little tweak I'd make here is when you actually grapple towards this flag carrier, you know they're chasing him. You know they're chasing him. Every single lobby that you play in, no matter what rank, there are probably people chasing the flag carrier. So instead, when you make this grapple, instead of sprinting forwards here and like looking up to base, you know where they are. You know they're chasing him. So right when you get to that one area, I want to see you bang a 180, and I want you to start shooting those guys so that this flag carrier has a chance to keep running the flag. Again, it worked out, but these are just the little tiny tweaks that can really improve your gameplay. Because if you turn and shoot these enemies, more damage, teammate potentially maybe lives up, and he actually got absolutely blasted by a plasma, so he does not live up. But in a perfect situation, you bang the 180 right here on this pillar, you shoot this fella, potentially get the kill, teammate runs that flag in, you guys get the flag cap, and you yourself are already in a position here to move right up to mid steps, keep those fights out mid-map, and pin them in their base. And that is exactly how you get that revolving door of flag caps. Always keep the fights out at mid steps or in middle of the map as much as possible. And again, right here, I want to commend you on this play of just taking the flag, because obviously the flag carrier dies. You end up having another teammate go down in a second right here. So the fact that you made this play, it made sure that you secured the flag. Otherwise, there was a potential where you actually died on the flag as well. And then it's a 3v, I believe, 2, and it's just an unfortunate outcome here. So now you guys are kind of pinned back in the base. Teammates make a good play to move out. And I like that you're looking across with the sniper. You definitely have the long-range weapon. But in situations like this, right here, you want to get out of the base. The longer you guys are in your base, the more time you are giving the enemy team to creep up to the middle of the map and then just run up to your guys' base, and now you're taking fights in the base. Eating up space on the map is the most important thing, and probably the thing that you really don't see all that often in basically anywhere below mid-diamond, it seems like. Like, you want to get out of that base, because the more time you give the enemy without opposition, they're just creeping up, and then before you know it, you're taking fights on your own flag. Do you know how easy that is to get a cap if the first rack of kills comes from the base? You always hear in the HCS, they're talking about 2 racks of kills, right? You have to get that rack of kills in the middle of the map, then you have to get the rack of kills in the base, and then potentially you even need another rack of kills to get that flag all the way home. So if you are already in your base getting killed, you basically just bypass that entire first rack of kills. You guys go down once, that is potentially a flag cap, especially in these lobbies. So just something to think about every time you're on Argyle or anywhere of the sort. And again, you're still here just kind of moving around the base. You're looking around. You're playing very reactive. Right here, you see your teammates actually move out to the middle of the base, or to the middle of the map. This is exactly where if I were you, I am moving up to try to get different angles from the middle of the map, because again, you want to eat up as much base as possible. So if you move up to that point, that gives your teammate the move to be like, okay, he moved up for me, he's covering over me, now I can take those steps to go into the base, try to engage in some fights, and try to get that flag. And one actually moves right up and just kills you right in the base. Very, very unfortunate. So again, to kind of talk you through what went wrong here with staying in your base, obviously you have 2 teammates in the middle of the map. They can't watch every single angle. You know, they're not watching down bottom mid in case one snuck through. They're not watching mid-steps pistol or mid-steps from their pistol. So there's definitely lanes open. And if you and, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, move up and eat up those other angles, it cuts off every single lane the enemy has. And again, that's how you kind of keep them from squeezing through and getting to your base. Instead, you're kind of here, you get caught completely off guard, and for lack of a better description, you get absolutely destroyed. So if you are going to chill in the base like that, you have to be ready, and you have to always think about what could possibly be coming your way and what direction it could be coming from. And now you're actually spawning out. So right off spawn here, you got to think about where you're spawning and what's going on the map, right? So 1 for 1 here, it's 3-3 on the map once you spawn up here. You actually spawn out mid-steps. So right away, you need to know there are enemies in the base. And now right here, and you did clearly know that. You're actually picking up the flag. They're pulling that flag. You do a good job getting some shots. You're spending an awful lot of time scoped in here, but you're putting in some good shots. The only thing I would be weary about, and it looks like it's going well here, is just be careful of the area that you did not check. At no point did you check top sniper plat. Obviously, it did luckily end up being clear, but you know there is 3 alive, and you have 1 in your vision, you have 2 in your vision. You know that there could be another one somewhere else. This fellow could have actually just spawned up. So just always be wary of how many enemies are up and where they could be, because that's kind of what leads to better awareness, is just knowing how many enemies to look for. Because, see, now you're kind of like looking around. You're like not really sure who's where. But luckily you guys end up getting that flag cap. And now you guys are off to the races. You guys are 4 up. You got to pick. They got to pick. So it's 3-3 right now. You guys definitely want to get some kills before you get that flag moving. You fly right in, putting in some damage. I like it. Teammate got another kill, so that's 2 dead. And there is, unfortunately, 1 more. And you're doing a good job with that grapple. It's just a little bit crazy, you know. Good job using your cover, though. I'm really happy to see you using your cover. I do like the grapple play. You almost sent it a little too hard there. So, like I said, with getting a rack of kills in the base, you get this 1 kill, teammate gets another kill, and you're still getting shot in the back. So right here, and you actually turned around and tried to go back that way with it. So there's a lot to unpack here. This is a good learning sequence here. So you guys go in, you get those 2 kills, right? You want as many dead as possible, or you want your teammates fighting the remaining up before you run that flag here, right? And your teammate was actually running towards this way, so there's not really much going on behind you. They're in back base, so all of the action and the heat from the enemies is going to be behind you, because your teammate is right here on the right side of the screen. So the only sensible way to pull this flag, in my opinion, is straight to the right. You want to get out of the line of sight as quickly as possible. So there's two options. Do that or stop and fight, right? You kind of do both. You pull the flag, you run back towards the action because, again, you knew this enemy was here back base because he damaged you when you ran up to the flag. And then chances are they're going to spawn either sniper plat or back base. So you're actually running back towards all the action. You try to grapple away. I don't know if you saw that snipe and you just wanted to go back that way and get it. But you kind of turn this whole push into a very solo play, and you definitely pay the price for it. And I'd have to imagine it leads to your team not getting that flag out much further. And Y's actually kind of going crazy. He's doing a good job living up. And I do like, you guys can't see because it's behind my webcam, but he is typing in chat quite a lot to kind of tell them what's going on. And you're doing it at opportune times. I've seen people try to do it while they're playing the game. So right here, you have 2 dead. You have no teammates on this side of the map. If I see this situation, I'm staying mid-steps. Mid-steps is like the barrier that I want to protect. If I can keep mid-steps the entire game, that's where I'll be. I want to keep my base to mid-steps clear at all times. So right here, you're moved up solo. So you need to, if you're going to stay up here, you need to live up the best you possibly can to buy time for your teammates to move up. Instead, you get caught out in the open before your teammates move up, and now you are a free kill. You were possibly the only chance to stop that flag run from going, and I hate to say it, but this is a teaching point. You are the reason that flag cap is going in. So again, off this opportunity, like I said, you are the only one up. You need to recognize that. You need to see that you're at the disadvantage on the map. Use this kill feed. It is currently 4v2, and you are the only one moved up. If you were to go back and hold that mid-step, you would have... These kids wouldn't have known what to do because they're like, oh, there's nobody here. We'll just sit here and wait for the flag. You know, we're platinum players. We're just going to hang out and wait. That flag's coming our way. They would have not known that you were mid-steps. The flag carrier would have run into you like a brick wall, and you probably would have slammed him, and then you could have gotten an easy flag return, and you guys would have been back to a 50-50 fight. Instead, going down on their side of the map, solo play, they get a flag cap in quite easily. So now it is 1-1, all tied up here. And now let's see how you guys kind of try to answer. A lot of shooting across the map, so I'll be honest. With the Bandit, very hard to shoot across the map. And also, this is what I call useless damage. Although you have a teammate moved up a little bit on the left side, he's not actively shooting these players. Any damage you put in here is pretty much, for the most part, unless somebody has a sniper or somebody is in the base, this is useless damage. Don't waste the time. Use the time getting 2 positions and eating up space on the map, or even going to get this sniper. That works too. And your teammates get 2 kills, actually. There is a lot of damage, and there was one up on screens. That hurts. That hurts so much. So again, let's see if you caught any glimpse of this fella here. Nope. You tunnel visioned right to snipe. Oh no, and he was ready for it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. But see, this is what comes along with eating up space on the map. You can find these enemies much, much quicker. If you were to move up out of the base faster, instead of shooting across the map, that enemy wouldn't have been able to just walk across the map like that. Now you're fighting somebody top your base. Doing a good job hugging your cover. Oh, now you're moving out in the open. They're missing a lot of shots, and you try not to get caught out in the open like that. Never, ever, ever. I don't care what lobby. I don't care if you guys are a silver player, an onyx player. Don't get caught out in the open in gunfights. And with your reticle, you are kind of all over the place, I noticed. So one thing you really notice is, like, not enough gun shooting going on. You know what I mean? Like, right here, there's action going on. Like, you know where they are. You just got shot by them, and you're still, like... You're like looking around, like where do I go? What do I do? Like, you guys need me somewhere? And you very much want to act on what action is in front of you. You hear gunshots, you move to it and shoot. You see an enemy over there, by all means, shoot him. Take the gunfight. Try to use your cover and live up, but shoot him. So right here, you're taking damage. All right, you back out. So right here, you just took damage from over, I believe that maybe was... I'd have to say that's from your base. If that wasn't through a wall, that's from your base, maybe even screens. So no matter what, you definitely got something telling you somebody's over there, right? You saw 2 down mid, and then you had 1 to your left that just shot you, right? and you're looking, you're not seeing anything, you're looking, you know he's coming that way, and you still turn away from him. I'm not sure if you hear footsteps or something, and then you move out, you put in some good shots, you melee, and then there's another one. You could have definitely just held this cover here because, again, they have to grab that flag and move out of the base with it. You don't have to be right on top of them to kill them. You can definitely stay back and just shoot your gun. But one other thing here is your reticle was kind of going all crazy. I don't know. Hopefully you were just kind of like, you know, kind of like in the heat of the moment type thing, but just make sure your DPI is not too high. I think that's what you call it. Your like mouse sensitivity. Is that what that is? Feel free to roast me down below if that's not what it's actually called. But just make sure your aim's really dialed in. Make sure your reticle is very slow and controlled. I know it's nice to have those quick flicks, but you have to be able to very well control your aim and keep that tracking over the enemy. And right here, your teammate's just going for a very awkward flag run. Honestly, if you see this happening, I'd like to see you off-spawn get there a lot faster. And I don't mean like looking at the flag. I want you to get out and sink damage here. Instead, you're very late to the party. So right here, this is a lost flag here. This is a completely lost flag. You cannot go down fighting for this flag. You're kind of trying to buy time. I like that you're holding your angle. Great job here. You have teammates spawning up, and you just kind of run out in the open. Like I said, overall, I definitely think that is a lost cause. In terms of a flag run, because you just watch all three of your teammates get absolutely evaporated. So you have 8 seconds to either make some magic happen or kind of leave it. And it does end up being a lost flag run. So now you're in the respawn screen. Teammates are moving up here. Just really bad timing. And these are some really good shots. I like what I'm seeing, but try to move around a little bit here in this gunfight. So you did a good job putting in all the damage you had to. You ended up getting the kill. But I think over this entire sequence, you moved across 1 foot of space. Definitely be a little jiggy with it. You know, move around. You see that grenade come in, you know, jump forwards. Definitely try to gauge the grenade. If it's coming towards you fast, like it's going to go past you, step into it. You know, move forwards. You know, if it looks like it's going to fall short, back up. Just try to bob and weave a little bit there, you know. So still 1-1 here. And enemies are all over the map. A little bit crazy here. You choose to run back. So I definitely like that you're very active on knowing when the sniper is coming up, but don't always just drop everything to go get that sniper. It's okay if a teammate gets it. It's okay if it sits on the pad for a little bit, because you were very much like engaged with this player here. And you might have even, I don't know if you would have gotten the kill here because you are much lower health than he is, but by running away and just going to sniper here, you're literally just giving them that side of the base. There's no pressure whatsoever. He can do whatever he wants, and he's just going to throw some grenades at you. Now they're in the base. You guys are taking tons of damage, and I can't imagine this ends well for you guys. Teammate goes down there, and then you go in and get the kill. I mean, it kind of works out there, but again, you should have kept this guy pinned the first time. Never give up space on the map. I understand you want to go get that snipe, but hold your ground. Hold your ground there. And now, again, we're kind of just looking across. We're very much just watching you hang out in base with Sniper here. See, you want to get over there with a bandit and help him if he is fighting somebody. You're kind of just hanging out on these steps here, and you do end up getting back smacked. They are literally just walking right into your base and killing you guys. So I do want to see what is going on here. You're running back to base to grab that sniper. Some good shots here. Again, you're just ADSing from base. ADSing from base. You're dead in the base. Right back here, we have the sniper. Nobody is moved up out of the base right now. And you can actively see it happening. That was a great kill there. This enemy's just running, not getting shot at. Enemy moving up screens, not getting shot at. Like, these guys are just literally just running up and just eating up the space on the map. So my biggest tip to you, Ewok, and this is going to be my closing, like, summary here as well, is get to the action. Get to that spot. Be proactive on the map. If you are not getting shot at and there is nothing immediately going on, that is your cue to move out and eat up space on the map. And this more so goes for if you see teammates doing exactly that. It's great having the sniper. It's a fantastic ranged weapon, and I don't have any doubt in my mind. I'm literally seeing it that you are very good at hitting your shots. But mix that in with being a little bit more proactive on the map, because in this instance of just hanging back in base and letting the enemy eat up the space on the map, you're always on the back foot. You are never going to get the upper hand, and that's when you spawn trap them. You get that insane damage, all the kills, the team shots. Oh my god, these kids are trash. That's never going to happen if you're sitting in the base the entire time, and that is one of the biggest killers for sure in terms of stats, winning games, things like that. Do not give up the map for free. Take up that space on the map. Grab that power weapon, get to a power position, and start laying down some fire so that your teammates can move up, take position with you, and get that flag carry. Other than that, Ewok, I do like what I see. I like how you're engaging your fights. Maybe the sensitivity is a little bit too high, but again, go with whatever you're comfortable with. Just put yourself in a better position, pay attention to the kill feed and the advantages on the map so that all this fancy stuff you're doing, you can do while you're getting down and dirty in the action, putting in some damage, helping your teammates, get on the aggression and win the game. Because again, if you do not go on the offensive, I guarantee you're going to be on the back foot. The fights are going to be in the base, and that is not how you want the game to go at all. So Ewok, I hope this one helped you out. Another viewer VOD review in the books. Anybody else with some tips? Feel free to put them down in the comments. If you guys want to submit VOD review of your own, join the Discord. There's a link down below. It is all completely free. I don't charge for this. And there's a VOD submissions channel in the Discord, and you can post some gameplay there, and I'll add you to the list to hopefully get you in a future video. Alrighty, guys, that does it for this one. Subscribe down below. Hit that like button. Feel free to donate if you would like. Again, all these VOD reviews are completely free. I like doing them. It keeps my Halo mind sharp. It helps the individuals that I'm VOD reviewing, and, of course, it helps some of you guys at home watching me do this teaching for the video. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for the support. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.